Peace and love, man. Peace and love. I don't know, man. Just got done watching this Trayvon Martin, man. Rest in power, brother. I mean, if one's life can serve a purpose, you know, that's what I think of when I see that. It's kind of tragic, man. You know, I knew that just the powers that be was going to screw him. I never thought in a million years that when Jay-Z and them put this documentary together, that it was going to shine such new evidence and new light. Um, in a sense, basically just confirming what we already knew. That's never good. You know, that's sad. It's just, yeah, it's heartbroken, man. I haven't even finished the series. I'm going to though. Believe that. I feel like this shit should be in every school, and not in black schools necessarily, man. Black kids are experts on race. Black people, we're experts on dealing with race. It's white people's time. It's time to get educated, white people. Because I know a lot of you motherfuckers that I love and care for was talking at his two sides of the story type shit. And you know, it's time, man. Like, you know, everyone has to be accountable. And woeful ignorance is no more. No more do you get that excuse. It's not fair. You know, like, who am I? I'm just a man with an opinion. But you know, I like to spend the day living life, and then I reflect in the evening. So a lot of these conversations we're gonna have, it's gonna be just me in my bedroom, something to smoke on, you know, keep a little L lit or something. Might hit up the Reef. Shout out to Reef Dispensary. If you know about it, I don't know. We need balance. Mm. Like I said, man, we need balance. We need balance in our culture. We need balance in our relationships. We just simply need balance in our lives. You know, it's just like a balance in our diet. We can't live in a society where only black people are made to feel secondhand in nature. I'm not talking poverty. Persons born in poverty, they will have those moments of feeling as if they're secondhand. What I think is that as society diversifies, it's very pointed that we start educating from a multilateral perspective. That's very important. think mainly the importance that comes out of that, or that derives from that, is life or death, man. You know, we can act like our dreams and work ethic and character will serve as a bulletproof cloak, or cloth, if you would, over all that we care about. What good is it that you out the hood, or that you live in a gated community, if your nephew is across town getting killed over Skittles? It's like, man, I've been Trayvon, you know, coming from the hood and then moving to a majority white community. I remember, man, when I was a young teenager going through those same things, you know, neighbors looking at you like a threat. You just trying to walk home from school. And then you realize the cop just happens to meet you at the corner of your school going into your neighborhood every day. Like it's a coincidence every day you out here. You know, I see it. I see it a lot, man. I think what hurts me the most is the inactiveness in the black community and the woeful ignorance of the white community. We got to work on those things, man. We got to eradicate those things from our psyche. Because at the end of the day, humanity, man. What we gonna do? It's just, I don't know. I like to take my time, man. Smoke a stove, maybe. Not often. Every once in a while. Spark a L. And just reflect on things that I'm not comfortable with, but I want to be comfortable with. I mean, it could be something like, you know, being in areas that you're not comfortable. Some people aren't comfortable unless they're around people that look like them. And I think minorities, we get the most practice. So we're a little bit more comfortable being in a room with a few minorities. So that leaves the only people that need to learn to get comfortable being around people that don't look like them. You know, a lot of times, man, if we talk in monolith, yes, it's white people, man. I'm not gonna hold you. White people, y'all need to do better at being comfortable around people that don't look, think, eat, act like you all. Because, man, the world is turning. Every day I wake up, man, it's getting blacker and blacker out here. It's only a matter of time, man, before the Carters are not a anomaly. Before all these young black freed Negroes start putting their money where their mouth is. A la Colin Kaepernick. May he live a glorious life, free of strife. But what we doing, man? I don't know. I was watching some of that shit, man, and it broke my heart, man, to see what they stole from this kid and who was able to steal it. Like when you have a person that's not powerful, like a George Zimmerman, become empowered out of hatred, all while being victimized and treated like the good guy. Meanwhile, they shit on the kid Trayvon, they shit on his family structure, they shit on his friend that witnessed a murder. because she doesn't speak with the king's English, right? Then I ask myself, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? Excuse. This makes me crazy, man. It's like you build a nation, you add royalty to it. When I say we add royalty to it, I'm talking culturally. You know, what is American culture without Black Americans? And I'm being serious. You know, educate yourself on that. If you think I'm just on some pride talk, no, educate yourself on the inventions and the things that Black people have brought to this culture that we take for granted, that 9 times out of 10 that Black person isn't paid for, isn't paid homage. But you know how many white men are rich off patents that are from designs that was created by their slaves? Let's think about it. Let's talk about it. You know, and it's Black people's fault that we don't that kids are growing up not knowing that shit. You can't expect white people to want to educate our kids in that way. But I don't know, man. It's like, what we gonna do about it? Right now, you working, busting your ass just to make ends meet, and you sending your children to killing fields. That's what these schools have become. You know, it's just a way of teaching your kid to go die. And I mean that shit. Whether it's literally like, hey man, go get a job and work for a fraction of what you deserve for the majority of your life, and then die. Right? They're not teaching kids to dream no more. Those are dream killers. That's what they do. When have you had a teacher in your public school truly sit you down and try to tell you a way to act out your dreams? They're not like not just the generic stay in school, have a plan B. What is that? Which one of y'all had a teacher to sit you down and explain to you about credit and why it's important? Knowing that you come from a community that suffers when it comes to credit. Why are all these so-called rich white people, or educated white people, I should say, that are coming and they care so much about these young Black kids in these inner cities? How come they're not teaching them real lessons? Why are they hiding behind the inactivity of the school district to dumb down our children? Sure, the smart ones are going to be able to make it. Some kids have the gift of learning. Other kids need to be nourished into that. They figured this shit out a long time ago. If you don't have the gift of learning, you will work for the person that does. And that doesn't mean that you're not more talented than them. Think about that. So, man, I don't know. Just watching that Rest in Power, man, it just made me think of all the things that we need to do as a community to strengthen the next generation of Black people. Because, man, you're literally asking Black people to live a life in hell and not be crazy. That's why we don't understand when a white boy goes into a church and shoots 9 Black churchgoers. Why is he so crazy? He ain't got to be scared of police. He ain't ever going to get shot in his living room by a white cop that mistaked his house for theirs. That ain't going to happen to him. What are we talking about? God bless Trayvon. That's word. Because I don't care if he was a little piece of shit and was robbing shit and fucking shit up. He's 17. You know how many pieces of shit at 17 ended up being a tribute to the world? At 30, 40? I mean, think about what brother Malik El Haj Shabazz was doing at 17 years old. And think about the way he left this earth and what he means to this day to people. I don't know too many black kids in the hood studying to fly planes. That was Trayvon. And we let white America and the so-called non-racist white people of America, our weak white allies, we just sat by while they gave him a public lynching. I'm smoking weed right now. So some white dude can kill me in my apartment. I go outside right now, some white dude can shoot me because of this. And I'm not even breaking the law where I live at. This is legal. I'm about to go probably buy some weed from the store when I stop talking to y'all. I don't got no medical card or nothing. Shout out to those Las Vegas and Nevada politicians, man. You'd be surprised what a dollar could do. And I hear intelligent people all the time say that we shouldn't vote. Don't vote. I get it. If you don't, if it comes down to one vote here, one vote there, do I want to vote for this guy? Do I want to vote for this woman to be the president? You shouldn't have to just pick one and vote. I get that. But that ain't no excuse to not know who the fuck your congressman is or congresswoman is. It's not an excuse to not know who is running your district, who's running your school district, and who, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. What are we talking about? So, I don't know. Like, I'm tired of fake activism. I'm tired of marches not having an end result. Like, I don't want to go and just subject myself to what my ancestors were subjected to because they didn't have no other means to fight. Shit, all Martin Luther King could do was get some niggas behind him to march. Get a meeting with LBJ or something and put pressure on, like, you see all those niggas out there marching? You represent them too? Yeah, that shit is dead though. What we gonna do about it? So, I'm watching this Rest in Power, and I'm gonna end it with this, man, because I'm gonna go shoot up to the reef, man, and give me something sticky to roll up for the night, because I gotta go to my slave ship in the morning. But all this street shit, man, all these niggas I know that they killed my friends, would kill me, terrorizing my mother's neighborhood, terrorizing our community, making it hard for niggas like me. And y'all gangbangers. Yeah, I'm talking to you, GD. I'm talking to you. From the Disciples, the Crips, the Bloods. I'm talking to all you niggas, man. If you ever joined a gang and claimed a portion of your neighborhood to sell drugs, to rob shit, to terrorize the community, yeah, and I'm talking to you, you's a whole bitch. I don't care if every gang member in the world get at my neck. All y'all niggas are bitches. How the fuck does a kid like XX Tentacion get his brains and shit blown out, nigga, in broad daylight, over $50,000 that he worked hard for, by some niggas? I'm just going there because that's a young boy, and I just started, I just got turned on to him a couple, maybe probably about a year before he got killed. And that's the world we live in, where some young black men would kill me. They'd kill Jay-Z. They'd kill X Tentacion. They'd kill Pac. They'd kill whoever, right? And I know Pac shit might have been a little deeper than that. I'm not naive. I'm just saying, any black man walking the streets in America knows in their heart that it's a likelihood that another black man, if shit went left, would kill them. And this motherfucker George Zimmerman gets to walk around the streets? The streets is dead, nigga. You niggas lost. Y'all took the L, my nigga. From a corny, square-ass white boy named George Zimmerman. He's more gangster than you ever would be. And that's the problem with gangs. They don't stand for nothing. So what did Malcolm teach us? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So falling for anything is you killing niggas that look like me. And George Zimmerman gets to walk around freely after killing our baby boy, man. Trayvon was 17. He ain't the 18-year-old man that they kept pushing in the news. He's 17. Nigga couldn't even buy a Swisher Sweet legally. My man can't even buy a Swisher. He the little nigga at the store with the pack in his pocket, asking the big homie, yo, you give me a Dutch? Yo, you'll give me a Swisher? That's Trayvon Martin. And we let a grown-ass man wannabe cop murder him in cold blood and then sell off the artifacts. We live in a country where motherfuckers made this murderer wealthier than he already was, even more wealthier than he already was. And the way the system is designed to protect these things, there's nothing else to call it other than institutional racism. There's no other way of combating that if you're not going to grab a gun and storm Capitol Hill than voting. So the next time I hear any of you niggas, man, talk that nigga, oh nigga, I ain't voting, you're cool. And when your nephew or your son or your brother, God forbid, get his noodles rocked by an incompetent, less talented, jealous, evil, anybody, white, black, yellow, or green, I want to hear that justice talk, Daddy. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear rest in peace to so-and-so. I don't want to hear how about you got a hard knock life and you lost one of the homies. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just know that anytime y'all in the club, y'all out on the street, y'all in y'all neighborhood, and y'all doing y'all gang thing, just know the rest of the world know that y'all some real suckers, nigga, and we laughing at you. That shit ain't cool no more. That shit ain't cool no more. Like, when I hear reports that people like Daz Dillinger, you know what I'm saying, is sicking the LA Crips on Kanye because he cool with Donald Trump and these some rich niggas. Like, there's a lot of rich niggas that's cool with Donald Trump. I'm sorry. It's been like that for a long time. They might not be supporting him. They might not even voted for him. Kanye said he ain't even vote. And I'm hearing niggas done with Kanye. Oh, you got to turn in your nigga card. You this and this and that. I know for a fact there probably wouldn't be any Crips in the state of Florida if it wasn't for LA niggas going to California and putting niggas on. And then you got the propaganda. You got niggas like Snoop Dogg, nigga, the world's most famous Crip. So you can sick the Crips on Kanye, but you can't sick them on Zimmerman in Florida? I know it's some Crips in Florida that is with the shit. And if they got the call from the big homie, like, yo, in that, on the set, gang, right? On the gang. George Zimmerman still walking around? Or some of these young clout chasing murderers that we know from our community, are they at his ass? Just so they can bang it. When these niggas killed XXXTentacion, they was on social media bragging about it. Bragging about his last words. About he had a child coming. And he had fans. He just wanted to live, like, don't kill me. I mean a lot to people. They offed him. They murdered him like he lynched black babies. And I'm seeing these cops kill niggas and get to go home and chill. Nigga, I'm seeing it, you know, and all, I mean, I'm just saying, yo. I don't think Amber Geiger is in witness protection. She may be, you know, and YouTube or, you know, whoever the powers to be, I'm not calling for violence. I'm just trying to rationalize with people of why I don't respect fake tough guys. You know? I don't respect people that are mentally sick. And that's what these gangbangers is, I guess. I thought they was tough. I thought they was, from the struggle and hey, nah, man. There's a bunch of fucking followers that are mentally sick and weak. And weak, man. Like, what is it? If y'all supposed to be the muscle of the community, why y'all not protecting us, man? Shit, police stopped racial profiling with Italians a long time ago, because the motherfucking Italian gangsters start getting on their head about it. Like, nigga, eventually you don't get to be a cop 24 hours a day. You gonna clock out, you gonna go home and change, and then come out at the store a regular fucking civilian. So what is it for real? Like, what are we scared of? See, I'm all about knowledge, positively, and good vibes. That's what I've been preaching since I was a boy. Knowledge, positivity, and good vibes. So that's all I owe. That's the message that I owe with my behavior. For me to match who I've claimed to be my whole life, I'm doing it right now. Spreading a little bit of knowledge, a little positivity, and hopefully some good vibes. I'm not calling for the death of anybody, but it's biblical to defend life that's cherished and loved. I mean, at the end of the day, a man has a right to defend his family. Men have a right to defend their community of families. So I don't want to hear that shit about black men dropping the ball because they're not at home or they're not married to their child's mother. Man, if anything, we dropping the ball because we're going to live this life and allow another black man to come into this world and go through the same shit that we've been going through for hundreds and hundreds of years. I don't know if it's now part of that fear is trickled down in our DNA. I don't know if that self-hate and that willingness to kill each other at the drop of a dime is a trigger and something that's trickling down and from slavery in our DNA, that self-hate. But I think every young black person and every white person that's young should read the Willie Lynch letters. But of course, man, they still telling our kids that Christopher Columbus discovered this motherfucker. And that's our fault. Because we sending our kids there blindly. Right? And I just want to leave it with this, man. Because I don't want to go too long on this. This is a question to every white person that I love, and all my friends that are white, and every white person that claim to love me. Any white American, fuck it, any white person, period, that hears this video and hears my voice, I just have one question. And this is the question these are the discussions we need to have. If you woke up and 90% of the police that patrolled your neighborhood and city were black, if you woke up and 90+% of the teachers and the administrators and the employees, all the staff of your children's educational system, of your children's school and institution, you notice that within the first week of you dropping your kids off of school, it's like, man, there's a lot of black employees here. All the teachers are black. I'm just asking you, and these are people that love me and I love them. So it's not about you being racist. It's just about stepping outside of the box and thinking clearly for yourself. We've all been programmed. That scenario takes place. Are you dropping your kid off at school? Does your kid get to go to that school? Are you not at the city council speaking to somebody like, well, what is going on? Like, most of my community is white. Yet 90% of the police officers are black. Yo. 90% of the kids that go to this school are white. Yet 90 some percent of the teachers and the administrative staff are black. I believe that other races would have a problem with that. I truly do. And it's why when ethnic groups come to America, they create something of their own. Whether that's a Chinatown, whether that's a section of your neighborhood that's extremely Latin, and it might behoove you to know Spanish. Hey man, as a people, man, we can't just settle for being the most talented people on earth and only having ghettos to call our living space. Peace and love, man. It's your boy King.